thanks for what you've just said, but beyond that, what you do in your day-to-day work as an MEP representing the West Midlands and what you've done to bring so many of the Sikh community together, and the excellent round table in which I learned a great deal a few weeks ago would not have happened if you hadn't been there, would not have happened if you hadn't put a lot of effort into helping to organise it. It was a very, very successful event. We've agreed on future activities we're going to do and future contact we're going to do, and I have to say I learned a great deal that evening, and I'm really grateful to everyone for that. And I'm very grateful to my colleagues from the Shadow Cabinet and the Parliamentary Labour Party that are here tonight, because as far as I'm concerned, our function is to reach out to all the communities that support us, and so this event is part of that reaching out and part of that learning lessons. So I welcome each and every one of you here this evening. I'm particularly pleased to welcome colleagues from Telford in Shropshire, where, how you doing? Where I grew up.
Thank you.
Joined the Labour Party for the first time there, and was very active in anti-racist activity in 1970 and 71 with the Sikh community, which is now the biggest BME community in the town of Telford. Thanks for everything you do, and thank you for being here this evening. Tonight we're celebrating Guru Nanak, and he had three simple messages: to remember God always, to earn an honest living through hard work, and to share with others. And that really is what it's about. It's about sharing and the way in which community kitchens operate all over the country, in every Gurdwara, sharing food with the homeless and making sure that nobody is going hungry. He taught that all human beings are equal, specifically taught gender equality, and this has been accepted in many parts of the world. In reality, his values are the values of decency, human beings, are very much the values of our own party. That sense of equality, that sense of sharing, that sense of respect for each other. And so, I'm delighted to share the festival with you, delighted that we're actually able to hold this event here. I'll tell you this, let's make it an annual event here, is that agreed? There are obviously huge issues within our society at the present time. Brexit, US election results, and all the horror and all the hatred that has happened in this country since the EU referendum, and all the nastiness that has been unleashed by the use of misogyny and racism in the US election campaign. I tell you this, it's very easy to unleash the forces of hatred. It's very easy to unleash the forces of intolerance and nastiness. At the end of that, all you've done is created nastiness, division and hatred in our society. You haven't built a house, you haven't built a school, you haven't trained a teacher, you haven't healed anyone who's ill. Only by our communities coming together, only by the strength of our endeavours do we actually achieve that kind of change that is so necessary within our society. We as a party have to offer and operate, offering unity and hope for everybody. I think the community of the Sikhs, what they offer to society and the principles behind it are very, very important. That's why I want to work with you to improve representation of the Sikh community in both houses of Parliament as well as in local authorities all over the country, but also to unearth some very necessary truths that have to be unearthed, such as what did or didn't happen with British involvement in 1984 when that attack took place. So we have to be active, we have to work very closely together. And I'm very determined that our party should be truly representative of all communities in this country, both in Parliament and in our activities, and that our Shadow Cabinet, I'm proud to say, has a majority of women in it, has more members of the black and minority ethnic communities than has ever been around a cabinet table ever before in British history, and I'm very proud of that as well. I'm very proud that our Shadow Foreign Secretary, Emma, will be speaking in a moment, and also Dawn Butler, who sits at the Shadow Cabinet representing the interests of all BAME communities, and she and I are going to be reaching out to communities all over the country, so that we, with our sense of unity and determination, can offer that hope to people that cannot be offered by a society driven by hatred, driven by division, and driven by underachievement. Our idea of modern Britain is a society that invests in the future, that encompasses the values of all and respects the cultures and the cultural values of all. That's what brings us together, that's what makes us strong, and that is fundamentally what the Labour Party is about. I bid you all the warmest possible welcome, and thank you for coming this evening.